guys, Happy New Year. This is the first video of this year. YouTube has never been my main focus in the past few years because I'm running a design agency. This year, I want to put YouTube to front and center. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so please subscribe and help us get there. Today, I want to discuss 10 of the most important design principles from my personal opinions. Let's start with accessibility. Can the people with disability use your product? Can people with color brand still know good and bad on your design? Do they still know if they can move forward or not? Is the text high enough contrast for people to read them and read them comfortably without a whole lot of eye strain? Can those people that cannot read still use your design, use your website, your app? Do you have features to help those people? There are circumstances like when people are driving, skiing, snowboarding, where holding off their phone and start looking at the screen or touching the button become difficult. Have we been designing for those people and circumstances, or people that don't even have fingers? How can they use our product? When we design for a user that has disability, we open doors for all the users that prefer to do things differently. I can read, but I don't like to read. I often use screen reader for my phone for multiple things. When we design for that 1% or smaller than 1% of the people, we improve our product for everybody. Contrast. Contrast does many different things. Contrast can make your design stand out. One thing I thought of right away is when all the computer has like a bunch of stickers and labels talking about how powerful they are in the old Google days, and all the packages showing all the fancy feature and fancy labels and all the details, and then all of a sudden Apple come in and the package is just white and it has no spec. It doesn't have any of those badges showing how advanced it is, and it just show the product in the middle, and that's it. And then the package really stood out back in that era. It relates to a lot of other principles in design, like the paste. Maybe you have some design and there's some colors, and then maybe all of a sudden it go to white, or maybe all of a sudden it turn to black to give people that contrast, the strength. It depends on when it's appropriate and what you're trying to communicate. And then also contrast between the text on the background. Is it high enough? Is it readable, or do you purposely want to hide certain information and you want things to be less subtle? It has the power to do many things. It involves in almost all the other principles. It's in the tyography as well. How big the font is, how heavy this font is compared to the thinner font, lighter font, smaller font. When you practice doing contrast between colors, between sizes, all will help you to become a very strong designer. Next, colors. Colors are very important in design. Color is more than just the looks. It directly influences users' perception, mood, and decision making. Brands use colors strategically to create identity and emotion connections. Warm colors like red and orange often get used to represent energy or passion, and the cool colors like blue and green are often associated with calm and the trust. And that's maybe why so many financial apps use blue as its brand colors. In UI design, we also use colors to help users to identify buttons. What is clickable, what is not, what is disabled, and the hover state. Colors also help create contrast, and certain colors are harder to read on top of each other, such as red text on black. The best way to know if your design has high enough color contrast is to use the plugin Struck. In Struck, you can select your text color and the background color, and then voila, now the plugin tells you if your design has high enough contrast for users with different ability to see. Number 4, tyography. Tyography to me is absolutely crucial. Some of you guys are more advanced and know that create a consistent branding, we have to have similar image tone, like brightness or darkness, the mood that you're trying to perceive, the style of image. Some brands consistently hire a photographer that takes similar style photos. Those are all easy to do. But tyography is a different level. When you're able to find in good font for your website, or constantly adjust your font for your different design, and create a text scale, consistent text scale between the contrast between the big text, small text, and the font pairs, when those images are dropped, people see just your text. They can still see your brand in your messaging. You hear the saying about one image is 1,000 words, but from a good design perspective, good hierarchy can be as powerful as an image hierarchy. This is really one of the most important principles. The hierarchy can be created by contrast. The hierarchy can be in the typography, can be many things. In the design, it has to have a focus point, multiple focus points to be exact. So you need to be like the leader for the orchestra. You need to let the website play the music you want it to play. You want to lead where the users are looking at on your design. What is the most important message? And where do you want them to look next? You want to create enough contrast and create a hierarchy for people to keep looking at this design. One of my college professor, he's a drawing professor, and then he teach me about size and proportion, right? How big is the item, and how much of the overall breakpoint this thing is taking over, and where is it positioned at? And this size and position create a hierarchy and help people to be engaged and continue to look at your design. The next one is balance. Balance, it's something very important in design. When a design doesn't look balanced, the visual weight, if it's different on the left side and right side, it makes people uncomfortable. Then people stop looking at it. Imagine visual weight like a teeter-totter. There's one item sitting on one side, a person sitting on one side, and the other person sitting on the other side. When a person sitting further and further out, that side becomes heavier and heavier. And same thing in design. When you push an item further out, it has more of visual weight. Even though the item might be smaller and the other side might be bigger, you're trying to balance a visual weight of a small item to a big item. Maybe you move the small item further out to make it look balanced. When you have challenge with asymmetry balance, maybe just stay with symmetrical to start with. Symmetrical has been proven working and present looking for many centuries. When I think of symmetrical design, I think of those ancient Chinese architectures in the empire building and stuff. Usually they're left and right, they look exactly the same, and it has been working for years. Asymmetrical is more interesting, and I highly recommend you to practice, but when in doubt, you can just center your text and center your image, and there are plenty of amazing design that just symmetrical left and right, no matter if it's on packaging, bottles, labels, or website. It's almost impossible to design a good design without understanding the alignment. We will have to make a video about alignment and the grids later to explain it further, so this video is not super long. But alignment, when I talk about alignment, I'm talking about how you align things, and specific to the grids. Proximity. What I mean by proximity, meaning elements being close together or further apart. In design, this is very important to create that distance between items to help people to see the relationship with certain items. Some designers call this grouping. Consistency. I have many opportunities to design for many global brands. These websites are designed by multiple designers from multiple different agencies. They all have their own design styles, what they're good at and not. Imagine if you go on a website and this website looks like 30 different designers designed it. The company lose its branding. For example, I previously worked on Verizon's website. It was designed by multiple agencies, multiple designers, and different teams. We all work on different pages. We use the global design library from Verizon, and we also have freedom to create our own unique component as needed. And these components need to look like the rest of the website. In a way, design and art are very different. In art, an artist can express their personality. When they finish their work, they send their signature and say, this is mine. But design is different. Design, you serve the client, you serve the customers, and to the customer, this overarching brand should look and feel like it was all designed by one person and everything is for one purpose. Designers don't send their websites. Designers don't send their packages. Designers design to communicate a message and then to help the brand to have a presence in the market. And that's all that we're trying to do. There are many ways that we can create consistency in design, like repeating the same colors, font. Let's say the website only has one font or two fonts, and that's about as much as we really need. And of course, margins, icon style, icon width, if icon is filled or not filled, like how they interact, when are they filled, when are they not filled, even the drop shadow, what degree of drop shadow is, what kind of interaction, those are all need to be locked in. When you disable something, they need to always use the same gray to show the same disable, and all that stuff help your company to create a consistent branding. But when you jump from one page of your website, when you go to the next page of your website, you feel like you're in the same website, not multiple product, not multiple website, not designed by 30 different designers. The next one is pace. What I mean by pace is it's a lot like when you listen to a piece of music. Maybe it will come in with a hook, and then later on there might be a verse of rap, and then go back to like the slow paced music, and then go back to rap. I don't know how to best describe it, but when I show you this example, maybe you can understand. As you can see, a lot of websites should come in with a focus point, and then they start showing some smaller images, and then the next session might have another big image, then a couple more small images. It give it a rhythm to the design, a lot like listening to music. If it's always the same speed, same pace, and people just say keep rapping at you the song, it's not going to be very pleasant to listen to. Since it was design, if you constantly just like a stack of big image, it's not very exciting. Here you go. Here are the top 10 design principles from my opinions. Of course, I'm open to feedbacks and hearing what you guys think. I hope to see you guys in the next video.